Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is Miss V with Pick a Card Reading. I hope everyone is doing fantastic today. It is Tuesday morning here, okay? And I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday morning everywhere, right? Well, not for all because some are in different locations. So, anywho, good morning to you. I hope all is well and I hope your week has been great thus far. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, clicking the like button, subscribing, and also leaving your comments. Your comments on the video is greatly appreciated because it gives me additional insight on what type of readings you like or what interests that you like pertaining to certain topics that is being discussed. So again, please feel free to leave feedback. It is greatly appreciated, but not necessary. Okay. So with that being said, I woke up this morning with something on my heart. The spirit was wanting me to do this particular pick a card reading today. And this card reading that I wanted to do is about shadow self. This reading is called Shadow Self Reading. Okay. And for those that may be unaware of what shadow self is, shadow self is pretty much, it contains part of yourself that you don't want to admit to viewing or having and aspects of yourself, okay? And so sometimes, or when I'm doing readings with others, I will speak about taking time to go within, work on your shadow self, seeing what works for you and what doesn't, okay? So this reading is going to kind of provide some insight pertaining to some shadow work or things that spirit feel you may need to work on to kind of move forward in areas in your life, okay? So this reading, again, is a general reading. It may and may not apply to everyone. Please take the messages that resonate and leave what does not, okay? So with that being said, again, this is a shadow self reading. This reading could be very in-depth in some way. For some that choose to watch it, but it will help you recognize certain things that maybe you haven't about yourself, and will kind of give you clarity on what you may need to work on, okay? Um, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. I have 4 selections here, okay? I've already meditated on these cards and communicated with spirit. So with that being said, we have card 1, card 2, cards 3, and card 4. So again, take your time. Allow your intuition to draw you to the card that speaks to you. And again, when you're doing this, you can choose more than one, okay? Whatever you're drawn to. Sometimes it's not just one thing that spirit wants you to know. Again, if you do not want to listen to the entire intro, the timestamps will be below so you can go directly to the card that you chose. So with that being said, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this reading, okay? I'm going to push these cards aside here, and we're going to get started with 1. All right. So, with that being said, for those that select card 1, what are your messages pertaining to your shadow self reading? Okay. We have hole in the soul. We have soulmate. Spirit is wanting me to switch this around here. Okay. So, soulmate. We have hole in the soul. We have Ganesha. Clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. We have surrender, your desire to control people. Okay. We also have angel of soul love, and we have confidence. Okay. I'm going to turn the light on for 1 second so you guys will be able to see a little bit better. I hope that helps. It kind of caused a little glare. All right, guys, I do apologize. I just wanted to make sure you guys were able to see, but I didn't want that glare where you can't see. Okay, so for those that selected 1, I do apologize for the delay. So let's get started. Pertaining to aspects of your shadow self, okay, what spirit is wanting you to kind of know. The first card that came out for you guys is the soulmate card. So what this card is acknowledging is a need to kind of open up your heart to invite love. Okay, when this card comes up, it is acknowledging that your soulmate is not actually far. And to connect with them, you need to open up your heart. You need to call them in and to also have patience. And if you are not ready to accept your soulmate, keep working on some self love. You will be drawn to your soulmate like a magnet and feel immense sense of familiarity, like you have known them before. Your capacity of love will increase dramatically, and you will experience higher states of conscious. No one can touch your heart in the same way that a soulmate can. It is important to note that your soulmate will not necessarily be your partner. He or she may come in completely different forms than you have imagined, but they will offer you some incredible wisdom, growth, and expansion. Be aware that we connect with our soulmates when we are ready to truly evolve and to move to the next level of consciousness and life experience. We attract them into our lives when we need to open our hearts fully and learn about unconditional love. Okay, so with this particular message here, we have the soulmate card. So I feel that for those that selected one, may be yearning to have a soulmate companion, and Spirit is saying that the soulmate is coming to you very soon, but you may need to kind of open up your heart a little bit more to kind of be able to receive that love that is getting ready to come when it comes to romance. Okay, if you are in a relationship with someone at this time, and you feel that soulmate connection, but things may not be the way that you truly hope for, maybe it's time to kind of go within and work on some self love, okay, um, as well. Now, I want to leave that there because the holding the soul card also speaks a lot about the soulmate card. Okay, so I'm going to touch bases on this soulmate card. I mean, this holding the soul, and we're going to kind of put both of those together. So we have the hole in the soul. So it says your childhood wounds are creating a hole in your soul. One way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life, that is through low grade depression experienced by empty feelings. If as a child you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of maybe family dramas, then you adopted a false sense. When you use your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, your needs, and your desires. And instead, you wear a mask to make others feel more comfortable. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation as you are always mourning your true self. This card encourages you to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning the abandonment and the neglect that you may have felt. All right, so that was pretty deep. Okay, again, this is a shadow reading. So when it comes to the hole in the soul, for those that selected one, maybe dealing with some abandonment issues as a child or a sense of neglect in some way, that sense of being incomplete. Okay, and sometimes we, as we get older, we look for a companion to kind of fill that void, okay, and kind of feel that sense of emptiness that we are feeling pertaining to a lack of love or a lack of compassion that was given to us as a child. And so, with this energy, it is acknowledging that for some that selected one, because of these issues of abandonment or just kind of feeling empty within, we will revert to our soulmate to kind of fill that void. So, for those that are not currently with someone at this time, this is why the soulmate card is acknowledging to kind of open up your heart a little bit more and work more on self love, because that soulmate energy is coming. But when the soulmate energy comes, it's important that that void is already filled. Okay. Sometimes we look to companions to kind of fill a void, but things don't never quite work out that way. We have to love ourselves in order to kind of give love and to receive love. Okay. I'm also picking up this as well for those that selected one. If you're with someone at this particular time, again, there could be a void in aspects of the relationship at this time. And a lot of this may have to do with aspects of yourself needing to have more self-love, okay? Because soulmate is not only just about a partner, it can also be about aspects of yourself. Okay, so again, for those that selected one, it is acknowledging that there is a sense of void. Maybe someone is dealing with some abandonment issues. Unfortunately, they may have not received that type of love or compassion as a child, and in their adult life, they are still feeling that void and maybe turning to relationships to kind of help fill that void. And sometimes it doesn't quite work out that way. So the message to both of these cards here today is to work on self-love, okay, to fill that void and to open up your heart at this time. Whew. Okay, so next message we have is Ganesha. So Ganesha comes in to kind of clear away obstacles. Okay. So for those that selected one, this is a situation here when it comes to this void, this sense of abandonment issues from the past, or trying to kind of use companionship to kind of help fill a void. Spirit is warning you to kind of clear away those energies because it's not serving you at this time. It's not healthy for you at this time, and they are wanting you to kind of put forth more effort to self-love. Okay, they want you to know that you are protected, so take that leap of faith. Okay, sometimes when we are doing this type of reading or doing shadow work, it's very important for us to be honest with ourselves. Okay, we don't have to be honest with other people, but being honest with ourselves so that way we know what needs to be done and how we need to move forward. And Ganesha is coming through to let you know that it is time to kind of clear away this energy, repair any damages that has been done, that what occurred in the past does not have to be your future, and that you are protected, and that the spirit will kind of help guide you to the direction in which you need to go to kind of release this energy. Okay. Also, we have surrender your desire to control people. So also for those that selected one, and again, this may resonate to some and not to all. For some that select one, sometimes subconsciously or maybe consciously, we are not aware that we try to control others' behaviors. We try to dictate what a person should be based off how we feel things should be done, based off traditional values, family values. And so Spirit is wanting some of those that selected one to kind of let go of this energy. It says being over controlling can sabotage relationships. Okay. And it can, when you're over controlling or a little bit too demanding, then that's when conflicts occur, not just with aspects of a partnership, but with relationships in general, family, friends, co-workers. Okay. So Spirit is acknowledging the kind of release of that energy of trying to control. Okay. I'm also feeling as well as, for those that selected one, especially when it comes to relationships. Because of this hole in the soul, when we have a companionship, we want to sometimes, not for all, may want to control certain things that a person do or their way of thinking because of the fear. The fear of their abandonment begins to kind of creep up in aspects of our relationship. Okay. So Spirit is wanting you to kind of let go of their energy. It said to more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation more breathing time. Okay, so Spirit is definitely want you to know to kind of surrender that desire to control because it doesn't quite give the positive results that you think it would. Okay, it actually leads negative results. Okay, the next message that we have is the angel of soul love. I love how Spirit is allowing these energies to coincide with one another. It says, time to look at how you value yourself, issues of self love. Okay, so I definitely feel like for those that selected one, you may deal with some self love issues. Okay, having that self love again because maybe you feel as if it wasn't provided to you as a child or in the way that you feel you needed it, and it's affecting you in your adult life and in many areas in your life. So Spirit is definitely wanting you to kind of take a look at how you value yourself, put yourself first, love yourself, do things that raises your vibrations. Look in the mirror and think positive thoughts. Um, just find ways, read books, do whatever you feel that you need to do to acknowledge that you are worthy in so many ways. You are lovable, you are worthy. I also feel the need to say for those that selected one will be very beneficial in working with I am confirmations. Okay. And if you do those every day, daily for 30 days, anything that you do 30 days normally becomes a habit. So I feel that I am affirmations will be very beneficial to those that selected one. And it is acknowledging to definitely look within yourself at this time, do some self reflection, and work on healing yourself. Because when you work on healing yourself and providing yourself the self love that you truly know that you deserve, then it will help expand your relationships, and you would release that desire to kind of control. Okay, and it will help you clear away any other obstacles that may be standing in your way. And your additional message is confidence. Okay, confidence is the key. Confidence with self-love, looking at yourself and having that confidence about yourself speaks measures. Okay, having that confidence to face your fears about looking within yourself and trying to fill that void that has been there maybe for years. Okay, having confidence and knowing that you're going to find the soulmate as well. Okay, and having confidence and trusting and knowing that you are protected and you will be guided. Okay, the message on this card says, by earth and air and water and fire, let my confidence take light and burn higher. Okay, so spirit is letting you know, and this is the earth, air, water, and fire is all elements. Okay, and so I feel that it will be various type of zodiacs listening to this particular reading today, and spirit is wanting you to have that confidence. You can do this. Self-love is important. So with that being said, this completes one. Please click the like button. Let me know your comments. Thanks for tuning in. Blessings to you. So for those that selected two, when it comes to shadow self-reading, what are your messages here today? We have sexuality. We have eternal dance, movement, the will of life, path of least resistance. We have surrender, the habit of people pleasing. We also have goddess of awakening. And we have healing. All right, so for those that selected two, let's start off with the sexuality. Again, these are general messages. They may and may not apply to everyone. Please take what does and leave what doesn't. Okay, again, this is pertaining to shadow self reading. So for the sexuality card, it says sexuality is a natural part of life. Embrace and enjoy your intimate, sensual, passionate nature. It's time to explore your sexuality. How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel sexy? Do you feel attractive and happy with your body? Or are you judging yourself harshly? You need to let go of any old feelings of hurt, shame, or guilt in relation to your sexuality. If you are in a relationship, you need to bring some romance back and spice things up. In order to make sex an incredibly fulfilling, seductive, orgasmic experience, you need to let go of your defenses and your fears of being intimate with your partner. Relinquish control and dive into unguarded, ecstatic, blissful passion. Be creative and communicate with your lover and find new and exciting ways to thrill each other. Okay, so when it comes to this particular card, the first thing that it's talking about is warning those that selected to tune more into their sexuality. Number one, about tuning into how they see themselves. Spirit is wanting you to kind of bring out the sensual aspect of yourself, or that masculinity aspect of yourself. And it's all about being confident, okay, in your appearance, okay? So again, the question was posed, like, do you feel sexy? Do you feel attractive? Do you feel happy with your body? And for some that selected two may be in a situation where they don't. They can be quite judgmental about aspects of their body. Okay, they may look in the mirror and find this to complain about and this to complain about. And spirit is wanting you to kind of let go of those energies. Okay, and a lot of that has to come with kind of old hurts from the past, shame and guilt. Okay, and spirit is wanting you to kind of release that energy, because in some way that is part of a shadow aspect of yourself that is not helping you move forth. It's not helping you to see how beautiful you are on the inside and the outside. And it's not allowing others to see that beauty, because like attracts like. So when you're in that sense of lack of self-esteem and lack of confidence, you will attract the same energy. And then you're wondering, oh, why do I get the same type of people? That's because, again, those energies attract. Okay. And I feel the second message is for those that are in a relationship. This card is saying it's time to spice it up a little bit, get a little sexy, throw on a little lingerie, throw a little rose petals around, light some candles. It's time to bring that intensity and that passion and those erotic moments back into aspects of the relationship. Okay. Be more creative in your ways of expressing yourself. Again, bring that confidence out, that passion, that take charge energy when it comes to aspects of your sexuality, how you feel about yourself, and aspects of a relationship as well. Okay. Now, the next message that came up is eternal dance. We have movement, we have the wheel of life, and we have the path of least resistance. Okay. So when this message comes up, I love it. This message is saying for those that selected to loosen up a little bit and feel the rhythm of life. Okay. It said you will benefit greatly if you allow yourself to be a little bit more flexible. So I'm also feeling like kind of step out your comfort zone for those that selected to work on stepping out your comfort zone. I feel that for some that selected to has kind of gotten the energy of kind of things being routine. Okay. Routine way of thinking, routine way of acting, routine way of feeling. And spirit is trying to say, shake it up a little bit, spice it up a little bit. Okay. Be more flexible, be open to new ideas. Okay. Don't limit your way of thinking when it comes to aspects of yourself and your sexuality and your relationships. Okay. Definitely feeling like with this particular card, spirit is wanting you to kind of try something new. Try something new. Step out of your comfort zone. And I feel that for those that selected to already, this message is things have gotten too original, too traditional, too much of the same, rigid thinking, um, and just staying in a place of being comfortable. And spirit is saying it's time for you to break free from that. It's time for you to move, be a little bit more flexible, try some new things, be creative, okay? Open up more aspects of yourself, okay? Not staying in a box in a way, just because it's fitting right now, it's comfortable, okay? So that is the messages that I'm getting for both of those. And again, this is general. The next message for those that selected too is surrender the habit of people pleasing, okay? So, again, this is all about being honest with yourself. So it's not an easy reading, okay? So, if you feel this is too harsh for you, this may not be the video for you. But if you want to really get down to the nitty gritty of what's going on within your soul, then listen to the video, okay? So surrender to the habit of people pleasing. It says, speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Okay. And so I feel like for those that selected to may sometimes put themselves on a back burner. They may go above and beyond for others. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with helping and being support to someone, but sometimes uh, we can kind of go above and beyond. Okay. And it's a need to kind of do things in moderation. So spirit is acknowledging that to kind of let go of those energies of always wanting to kind of people please, doing the most for others, draining yourself, depleting your energies, changing aspects about yourself just to satisfy someone else. Okay. Focus more on your own happiness. Okay. Like bringing that energy of spice back in. Okay. And focusing on your own happiness instead of trying to make everyone else happy. Get out of that comfort zone is what I'm picking up. Okay. Confidence is also, again, what's coming up because I'm hearing like speak your needs to be true to yourself. Okay. So confidence, being courageous as well. You have the goddess of the awakening. And this card is saying this is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity. So I love how the sexuality and the goddess of awakening. So again, it's like for those that selected to, it's time to kind of bring out the inner goddess. It's time to kind of what's that? Stella got a groove back energy. Okay, time to come out that comfort zone, kind of like a rebirth, a renewal of aspects of yourself, and it's time to kind of bring out that sense of romance, that sexuality, being very confident in who you are as a person, loving every aspect of your body, your mind, and your soul, and using creativity in ways to kind of bring the inner goddess out. And this is a wonderful time to do that. So for those that selected two, I feel that that's just the energies today. Like bring out the inner god or goddess, okay? Be more flexible. Get out of your comfort zone, okay? Focus more on yourself at this time, pleasing yourself, okay? Having that confidence and that courageous energy to move forth. And we also have 29, which is healing. Okay. So for those that selected two, I feel that a lot of healing is needed for those that selected two in some way. I'm also feeling that for some that may have selected two, may have also been a victim of um, sexual abuse or sexual molestation in some area in their life, as well as what I'm picking up. And someone may have not quite broken free from that pain that they have experienced. And that is why this healing is coming through. And not just for that particular reason only, just healing to kind of release old ways of thinking, um, old thought process about how you feel about yourself. Okay? It says, candle flame, burn this hour. Bring to me your healing power. So at this time, I feel for those that selected to, healing is needed. And it's time to kind of use this healing to kind of bring out the inner God or goddess within you. Bring forth that confidence and let go of pain from the past. If you have been someone that has dealt with sexual abuse or sexual molestation, um, and you haven't quite healed from that, please reach out to someone. Counseling would be very beneficial at this time because Spirit is warning those who are still living with that pain and that is preventing them from moving forward to kind of release that energy and move forth in a more positive way. All right, so that is for those that selected two. I hope it resonated. Click the like button. Love and light. Blessings to you. Now, for those that selected three, what is your shadow self reading about today? What is your messages? You have entrapment. You have attachment, letting go, restriction, and fear. You have surrender to low self-esteem. You have surrender to what is. You have the angel of healing. You have the angel of communication. I'm going to push this up so you guys can see. For those that selected three, you guys did receive a lot of cards, okay? And last but not least, we have prosperity. All right, so again, this is for those that selected three on the shadow self reading, okay? The first card that we have is entrapment. So let's see what the messages is for this particular card here. It says, you are letting too many things in your environment control your life. So that in itself, again, for those that selected three, there is a sense of feeling entrapped. There's a sense of feeling confined in some aspect of your life. It said this card was presented because it's time for a shift in your personal power. You are encouraged to take responsibility for your life and to choose some new ways of thinking that creates change. The reality is that for you to make the changes that you want, need, and desire, you need a system, a daily discipline, and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstances in your life, you are powerless. It is the government, your abusive background, the interest rates, or the bank faults. The system that many ultra successful people use is they read books every day, they listen to audios, they go to many seminars as they can, they practice recognizing others' achievements in the form of relationships with like-minded people. All right, so again, for those that selected three, when it comes to aspects of your shadow self, again, you are in some way allowing certain situations to keep you stuck or keep you from moving forward, okay? And Spirit is saying it's time for you to take back power. For those that selected 3, you may have given your power away to someone, and it's now time to get that power back. They want you to kind of take more responsibility in finding some new ways of thinking, okay? And a lot of times the entrapment is all about our thoughts and how we think. Because again, our thoughts creates our reality. So whatever you put into your download, your brain, is what your universe, what your world begins to create for you. Okay, so it is acknowledging that it starts with your way of thinking. No one is trapped in a situation that they don't want to be in. But you can keep yourself that way with your thoughts. But you don't have to stay. You can always break free. Okay. And so Spirit is wanting you to kind of dive deep within and find out what is preventing you from moving forth. What is controlling your life, and find that courage to take back that power. And not only that, with change, what is it that you want? What is it that you feel you need, and what is it that you feel that you desire? And find a system on how you can move forth with getting that energy and building that energy so you can break free from what you feel is taking aspects of your soul or aspects of yourself or controlling or confining you in some way. And do this every day. Work on it every day and get motivated about it. Okay? Because whatever the situation is, it's an attachment. So for those that selected 3, I feel that it's definitely the way of thinking. It's not the situation. And sometimes we allow situations to feel that they have more control over us than we do it, and that's not the case. We have that control. And again, for those that selected 3, this may be a situation that your way of thinking has been working on you, and you've been dealing with this for a while now. Like it's become a part of you, kind of like a spirit on your back. It's just, it walks around with you everywhere you go, and it's time to kind of let that energy go. Time to kind of change your way of thinking and taking back your power and gaining control, gaining that leadership in your life, and knowing that any obstacles or challenges does not have the power over you. You hold that power. And changing your way of thinking is going to magnify aspects of your life in so many ways. Because right now, for those that selected 3, it's like your way of thinking is keeping you stuck, is keeping you restricted. You're unable to move forth. You're unable to kind of break free, and it creates fears. It creates fears, anxiety. Okay. And I also feel it says surrender to low self-esteem. So a lot of this energy for those that selected 3 are dealing with some low self-esteem, the way that they feel about themselves. Because when you think low or you think down about yourself or not in the highest vibration about yourself, your thoughts are not in the highest vibrations, and then you feel trapped about whatever it is that you're going through at this time. And then it is something that you have a hard time shaking. You can't quite let go of that feeling and the way that you feel. But Spirit is saying that it starts with your thoughts and the way that you look at yourself. It says that you deserve success, you deserve love, you deserve abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any regimens of low self-esteem. Okay, so definitely building up your self-esteem, finding ways to build up your self-esteem, listening, reading books, joining certain groups, whatever it may be for you. Work on building your self-esteem, because when you build your self-esteem, it not only helps you with the way that you feel about yourself, but it helps you with your way of thinking, because you'll be looking at things from a more positive perspective. You would have gotten and taken your power back from things that you felt as if you were powerless on. Okay. So again, for 3, it's like focusing on your thoughts, changing your way of thinking, and focusing on your confidence. Another message that came up as well is to surrender to what is. Okay. So I feel like for those as well, situations, obstacles, and challenges gets the best of you. Fear, worry begins to creep in, and it affects aspects of your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself. It restricts you from moving forth because you have a hard time dealing with just the way things are. And it says flow with what is instead of trying to fight it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accept it exactly as it will bring you peace. So it is acknowledging a need to kind of surrender to certain things. You definitely want to try your best to make changes to situations where you feel need change. But sometimes if you've done all you can do, then just accept things for what they are and allow the universe to kind of work in your favor. Because as you're trying to push against the ebbs and flow of life, it's going to keep you feeling entrapped. It's going to keep you feeling stuck. It's going to build those anxieties and fears because you're trying to make something happen that doesn't require your attention. So Spirit is saying to kind of work on just acknowledging and surrendering to certain things, because it will bring you more peace if you accept things for what they are. Okay? Accept things for what they are. The next message is Angel of Healing. So the angels have felt your sadness and have shown up today to send you healing. So definitely for those that selected 3, healing is definitely needed here. You need to work with your solar plexus and your heart chakra at this time, okay? For those that selected 3 may actually be going through some of these energies now, like feeling this energy right now. And this is why this message of healing is coming through. So Spirit is definitely going to be working with you guys. For those that have tuned in to listen to this, Spirit is going to be working with you and work on that healing aspect, okay? The next message is Angel of Communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is, okay? So I'm feeling 2 things. Taking your power back is by speaking up and speaking exactly what it is that you feel. Holding no bars. It's not what you say, but how you say it. Maybe it's a certain person that you feel entrapped, a relationship that you feel entrapped in. And communication is going to be the key. And it's time to exercise your throat chakra, okay? I'm also feeling communicate clearly with yourself. Express to yourself what is really going on, what is that you really need to change, and how you really need to move forward. And be clear and be honest with yourself about what it is that you need to do, and not feel afraid to move forth in action. Okay? So communicate with your angels as well, as what I'm hearing about this energy, about this sense of feeling entrapped and feeling restricted, and self-esteem. Talk to your angels, your ancestors, whomever you work with as far as the spiritual realm. Okay? Because it is acknowledging that those that selected 3, you deserve prosperity in all ways. And sometimes prosperity in a way reminds me of abundance, okay? Because prosperity not only means financial wealth, but it means happiness, joy, emotional satisfaction. So Spirit is saying you deserve this energy of prosperity in all ways. And you can have this energy. But these are some things that you need to work on to kind of really feel that prosperity in all aspects of your life. This card says, as the tree grows so strong and so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. Okay? So it is acknowledging a need to kind of get grounded, having that confidence to kind of face these situations so you can persevere, so you can move forth and allow this healing to occur in areas in your life. Okay, so those are the energies that came up for 3. I hope you enjoyed. Click the like button. Love and light. Blessings to you. And last but not least, for those that selected 4, what is your shadow self reading pertaining to today? We have alchemy. We have perception beyond the veil of illusion. We have surrender to non-action. We have surrender to obsessive thinking. We have the goddess of sacred power. You are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situation. And last but not least, we have the fertility card. All right, so again, for those that selected 4 pertaining to your shadow self reading, what is this about? What is it that you need to work on, and what is Spirit trying to bring to your attention today? So the first card that we have is alchemy. And so it says the path that you are on is about to go through a powerful transformation. Nothing is how it seems. Okay, so I feel like for those that selected 4 right now, you may be going through some transformation, meaning a lot of changes are occurring in aspects of your life. It says that you have an opportunity to take a big leap in the level of your consciousness. It is extremely important that you focus on letting go of any negativity and beliefs that no longer serve you. You have access to the energy of the alchemy, which can transform the most challenging experiences into incredible gifts and miracles. Meditate. and take action on your highest goals and your dreams. They are on their way and it's coming true. Let go of your expectations. What is about to appear can suppress anything that you've dreamed of. The most important part is that you prepare and be ready to receive. The energy around you is very potent at the moment, so make sure that you're using this time as productively as possible. Give yourself time for prayer, gratitude, and celebration. All right, so for this particular message, for those that selected 4, you are going through a transformation, an alchemy, a rebirth. A higher level of consciousness is being revealed to you very soon. But the only thing that will prevent you from succeeding to this transformation that is taking place is if you continue to focus on negativity and things that no longer serve you. So it's time to kind of release those energies. So pretty much the message for this card when it comes to this shadow self reading is that there's a transformation that's taking place. There is change that is occurring. But in order for this rebirth to truly be effective in areas in your life, let go of things that no longer serve you. Let go of negative thinking, your ways of thinking, maybe certain people, your belief system, things that once served you is no longer serving you where you're getting ready to go. Okay? It's powerful energy for those that selected for. A lot of transformations and miracles that is getting ready to occur. And they are coming. But let go of any expectations. Just allow the universe to provide you with what you need. Because what you think you need, the universe is going to provide you with something that you never thought of. You're going to be like, wow, like I did not expect this. This was something I was not expecting. It's going to be way better than what you want it to be. So allow the universe to kind of work in your favor, let go of expectations. But at this time, really go within and figure out what you need to let go of. Your thought process, behaviors, addictions, people, situations. Allow this transformation and this rebirth to really expand you in all ways. And take time out to meditate if you feel that you don't know what you need to let go of. Spirit will let you know for those that selected for, because it's a transformation, it's a rebirth for those that selected for. So Spirit is wanting to kind of Spirit is wanting to raise those higher levels of consciousness for those that is ready for this energy. So if you're ready, meditate on it. Pray about it. Again, show more gratitude for everything. And celebration is aboard as well. The next message is also perception. So in a way, I feel that this kind of coincides. It says beyond the veil of illusion, okay? So I definitely feel like when it comes to this card, your perception needing to kind of change your way of thinking, your old beliefs. Allow this rebirth, allow this transformation to take place. Work more on your third eye. Work more with your throat chakra. Allow this transformation to take effect, because it's like you're in the caterpillar stage and you get it ready to form into this butterfly. And this particular perception card is saying stand within your own truth. Don't be swayed about another person's beliefs, their opinions, or their views. Only about what you feel, what you believe to be true for you. Be true to yourself as well. And be honest with yourself, okay? And if it doesn't align with your values, then that's something that you need to let go of. That is a part of this transformation. So I definitely feel like to say for those that selected for as well is that your perception is going to be changing as well. Maybe this transformation that you've been going through, you've been starting to see things from a different way, looking at things from a higher perspective as well. Okay, or Spirit is saying the part of this transformation for you is to start to looking at things from a different way. Remove that veil of illusions that maybe you've created, maybe you've been brought up, those traditional values. It's time to kind of reassess those things, okay? Another message is coming through for those that selected for is surrender to non-action. So if Spirit is saying for some, it's a time to kind of be still and not act. Simply take time to breathe and focus on your own power at this time, okay? So for some, this is a time of really going within. Really kind of being still, meditating. Thank you, Spirit. taking time to kind of meditate and see what part of transformations or things of transformations and certain things that you need to let go of. Taking that time to be still, going within, getting that sacred space, meditating, quieting your thoughts so you can listen to the message from the divine. Because a lot of those that selected 3 is like, I feel very in their thoughts, very in their head, and they have a hard time thinking. They have a hard time kind of keeping their mind quiet because they are having and dealing with obsessive thinking here. Okay? And it says you are obsessing either about a person or a situation. Turn the dilemma over to spirit, because doing so will help bring you clarity and even solve your problems. Okay? So I definitely feel like for some that selected this, when it comes to this alchemy, needing to let things go, you need to let go of this obsessive thinking. You are overthinker, overanalyzer. It's nothing wrong with thinking, but sometimes it can become obsessive. Till you find yourself thinking about a situation from the time you wake up, from the time you go to bed. Like you have not been able to think about anything else but about a particular person or a situation. That's what you consider obsessive thinking. And so part of your transformation, so you can kind of move to this higher level of consciousness, is to let go of that obsessive thinking. Because it's not actually bringing you the clarity you need, which is why you're still in so much deep thought. Because you're not getting the clarity. You're not getting the answers. Okay? The next message is Goddess of the Sacred Power. You are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situations. Okay? So again, this is a time to kind of step into your own power. For those that selected 4, again, this is transformation. Spirit is trying to take you to a higher level of consciousness. So there's a need to let go of things that no longer serve you. And in order to do that, you have to step in place and take leadership. Take ownership. Be honest with yourself. Staying true to who you are. And facing what needs to be released so you can move to this higher level of consciousness. Taking leadership in letting go of past illusions that you've been perceiving as to be the right way, which now it no longer serves you. Okay? And then we have fertility. So when it comes to this card, and this particular type of reading, I'm not going to speak on pregnancy, okay? Because this particular energy is not about this particular reading. Fertility for this particular reading is it's time for rebirth, new ideas, new ways of thinking. Time to plant seeds and watch them grow. It is for those that selected 4, you better hop on this ship. If you selected 4, it is time for you to hop on. The Spirit is letting you know you get ready to ascend. There is a rebirth. But only if you really take time to go within, look at yourself, and release things that no longer serve you, and take that leadership in yourself, because it is a blessing and a new beginning that's getting ready to unfold for you. And so again, it's time for rebirth. It's time for planting ideas and planting seeds and watching them manifest for you. This is beautiful for those that selected 4. It says, let all the table root, seed, and sprout, and let new life be all about. So when you begin to move forth in this energy and work on letting things go in your perceptions, old ways of thinking that no longer serve you, overthinking, obsessive thinking, taking time out to kind of go within and see what needs to be worked on so you can transform, a new life will be revealed to you. Okay? So again, that is the messages for those that selected 4. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it resonated in some way. Click the like button. Please comment below. This was a very powerful reading, and I hope that if at least one person got the message today, then my mission here was complete. Okay? I truly hope that this reading was not to kind of bring your spirits down. That was not the intentions of this reading, but this is what a shadow self reading is about. Going deep within, seeing things that you are not willing to see for yourself. So I hope that this has been a blessing to someone, and I hope this has been an eye-opener in some way. And I truly hope you enjoyed. Okay, so again, thanks for all the support, the love. If you're interested in a more in-depth reading with me, go to www.spiritualvibrations.org. You guys enjoy your day. Love and light. Blessings to you. Until next time.